Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. Welcome to 2020. Yeah, welcome to 2020. It's pretty cool. And today I want to, well, I was going to just talk to you about something else. I was going to make a video about some character. I was going to do some gameplay for you guys. But then I got a message from someone on Discord in one of the chat rooms, and they said, hey, Cynicalex, like, have you been on Reddit lately? There's a lot of conversation about the new update and the sneak peeks, and people are not really happy, and that's kind of the vibe that I had gotten from some of the reactions in the first place, especially to the Sharon Rogers uniform. Like, you know, a lot of people think it's really cool, like I have said in the past video, but they're also scratching their heads as to why we are getting a Sharon Rogers uniform, you know, a year after getting a Sharon Rogers uniform, but just like for a character that's already OP. That's really the main gripe that people have, is that she's already really strong. She doesn't need a uniform. And so I went on Reddit, and I was actually directed to a specific thread on Reddit that has the following discussion, and I want to bring this to you guys' attention. I want to show you guys this because there's something here that you definitely need to see. So it says here, I don't understand the financial logic for these new incoming uniforms. Okay, sorry, for this new uni incoming, and he's talking about the Sharon Rogers or Sharog uniform. And so this person is assuming, as well saying that the Sharon Rogers uniform is unnecessary because Sharon Rogers is already really strong. This person also goes on to assume that the three other uniforms for Captain America, Black Widow, and Iron Man, or at least the looks in the sneak peek number 2, are for those characters. So they are going to be getting uniforms too. So if that's the case, if that's true, that means that we're getting 4 new uniforms for 4 characters, 3 of which don't need the uniform at all. Iron Man's amazing right now. Captain America is godly, and Sharon Rogers is godly. And then the 4th character that's getting a uniform is Black Widow, who's honestly pretty bad. She's definitely the character that deserves the uniform the most, because she didn't get a good uniform in Endgame. She didn't get a good uniform in Infinity War. It's pretty much been the case that Marvel Future Fight has never really been able to buff Black Widow properly. But she's got her movie coming out in just a few months. You know, May 2020 is when her movie is scheduled to come out. And so why she would be getting a uniform this soon before her movie is just completely stupid and just like, it makes no sense. So anyways, back to this this thread. It's not really the thread that I want to discuss, but in the comments, we have one of the Reddit mods, RJ, who I've met before because we were both invited to the Marvel Future Fight live stream for Infinity War, or no, for Endgame. Yes, Endgame. That was Alfonso's farewell live stream with the Infinity Gauntlet. And so this person is saying, okay, what if the Iron Man, well, this is not the Reddit mod. This is some guy named Rant Man. What if the Iron Man, Black Widow, and Captain America unis are not for Iron Man? They're not for Tony Stark, Natasha, and Steve Rogers. They could be for someone else, like Arno Stark, or they could be for, you know, Sin, Crossbones, Red Skull, etc., Doctor Doom. And this is something that I had said before, and this is something that I would really love to see them do, is give some of these characters who have sort of dressed up or pretended to be superheroes, giving them those uniforms. And they've sort of done this to a limited degree with something like Punisher, where he has the War Journal uniform, where he sort of becomes Captain America in a sort of pseudo way. And, you know, they did it for Falcon as well. They did it for Winter Soldier as well. So they've sort of already done this. And it'd be a cool sort of, you know, futuristic idea to do it, because you can do whatever you want. It's Marvel Future Fight story, so you can make up whatever kind of story you want, and you can give anyone a uniform. And it would also be a really good reason to buff these 3 characters. Sin is garbage, and she deserves to be better because she came out during the same time as the Sharon Rogers update, which is insane to believe. They came out at the same time. One of them has gotten now 2 or 3 uniforms. The other one's never gotten a uniform. Red Skull's only ever gotten 1 uniform. Captain America's gotten 8 or 7, depending on whether he's getting one in the next update. And, you know, surprise, surprise, Red Skull's also trash. And then Crossbone's gotten, I think, 2 uniforms, but one of the uniforms came out with the character, and it was pretty... Oh, actually, never mind. He only has 1 uniform. And I'm pretty sure this uniform came out when the character first came out, and it was just a slight upgrade. I'm not exactly sure. But anyways, all 3 of those characters, between those 3 characters, Sin, Crossbones, and Red Skull, they've gotten 2 uniforms. On the flip side, Captain America's gotten 7, Iron Man's gotten 6 or 7, and Black Widow's gotten like 5 or 6. So yeah, but here's the important part. The mod RJ said they are for Tony, Steve, and Natasha. Edit. Downvoting this will not change the truth. Sorry, guys. Minus 45 points. Okay. So then this guy says it's been confirmed. Someone else says he just did. And then he says, did you actually... Well, someone else says, did you actually hear that from Netmarble, or is this just your own speculation? Because, you know, the Reddit mods are allowed to say whatever they want. They could say the sky is purple. You know, they're not bound by any sort of rules or laws to say specific things. They don't speak for Marvel Future Fight. They're not employees of Marvel Future Fight. They're just like me, except they're Reddit mods. They're not YouTubers. Not a speculation. So it's kind of weird. RJ seems really confident about his assertion that they are uniforms for Tony, Steve, and Natasha. And then they say they won't be, I can assure you, this guy. And then he says they are. Do you have proof? I just said what it is. And then he says, I know I am right. And then he says, yeah, they are the ones getting uniforms. They said it in the first sneak peek too. It's not infamous Iron Man uniform. It just looks like it. Yeah, so I mean, I guess you could say I'm making a YouTube video based on the speculation of a Reddit mod, but I have to say, for someone who's speculating, he sounds awfully sure of himself. And if I were to read that as a regular casual fan and someone who was on the Reddit frequently, which I'm not, obviously, I would probably believe them, especially because they are a Reddit mod, and I don't think they would go around sort of pretending to know what they're talking about. I mean, a lot of mods do pretend to know what they're talking about, but that's another conversation for another day. So yeah, I don't know what to make of this. It's a bit of intrigue. It's a bit of mystery. We'll have to wait a few days to see. I'm assuming that for those of you that aren't up to date, I'm assuming that the Facebook live stream is either going to be tomorrow on Thursday or it's going to be the next day on Friday. So we've got about 24 hours or 48 hours, give or take, to see when we'll have that Facebook live stream and the YouTube live stream with Cage and Kim and etc. And then possibly there we will get to see who those uniforms are for. And then if you guys are still, if we still don't know at that point, you guys, if we're still in the dark, you guys will be able to get access to the APK via me and the Star Agent program on Saturday, January 4th. They delayed the APK for the Star Agents by 1 day. So that's why rather than getting it on the Friday, the 3rd, which is normally when we get it, we're going to be scheduled, or we are scheduled at least now, to get it on the 4th. So yeah, I mean, like, imagine they're coming out with an update 2020, right? We're begging them to update all these old characters. We're like, you know, there's 80 to 100 characters. There's easily 80 to 100 characters in Marvel Future Fight that have never gotten a uniform or have gotten a uniform, but they still suck mega garbage. And we need you to rework these old characters so that we can actually have fun playing with them and using them, and we actually feel some sort of urge, some sort of inclination, encouragement to actually level up and build these characters beyond, you know, tier 1 or tier 2 with no build whatsoever, just like an empty build, an empty shell of a build, just for the small tier 2 bonus to our agent level and stuff like that. And you're telling me that they're going to introduce 4 original characters, which is fine, but they're going to combo that with 4 uniforms for 4 characters that have already all gotten at least 5 uniforms each, besides Sharon. But I mean, Black Widow has gotten at least 5 uniforms. Iron Man's probably at 6 or 7, and I know for a fact Captain America is at 7 because I counted it recently. Like, I mean, combined, these characters have gotten over 20 uniforms. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 uniforms for Black Widow, 6 for Iron Man, or 5 or 6 for Iron Man, 7 for Captain America, and we've got 2 for Sharon Rogers. Like, what? Why? Why would you do that? Why do these characters, like, not only why, like, I don't want to overreact too much in case I'm wrong, in case RJ's wrong, but why? I really need to see the devs' notes on this. What are you guys smoking? What the hell is going through your minds? You're like, you know what? Captain America needs another boost. Guys, why don't you just give Namor another uniform? I don't think Namor is really strong enough, guys. Everybody loves Namor, right? So why don't you just give him another uniform? Guys, everybody loves the CTP of Rage. Why don't you guys just make another CTP of Rage? Call it the CTP of more Rage. Just call it the CTP of more Rage, and it can give you crit rate and dodge and crit damage. and the rest is the same, and you can make it a slightly lighter pink color. Why not just do that? Okay, guys, why don't we make another Deadpool uniform? Holiday Deadpool was good. What about Lunar New Year Deadpool? You can put like Korean flags on his uniform. He can like throw chapsardak or something like that, Why don't we make another uniform for Captain Marvel? We can make her hair even shorter. Why don't we just shave Captain Marvel's head and she'll be bald, and we'll call it Captain Baldle, and she'll have an extra bonus against characters who have hair. You'll change her leadership. Don't these ideas sound stupid? They do. You know what else sounds stupid? Okay, here's the board meeting. Guys, what should the first update of the year be? Okay, what should the first update of the year be? I don't know, man. Maybe the first update of the year should be like new uniforms for characters that have never gotten uniforms. We're introducing these 4 new characters, Warriors of the Sky. Some players are going to love it, some players are not. But why don't we build up some more, love and good faith in the community by reworking some characters like Black Bolt, like maybe Ghost Rider, like some of these classic comic book characters? No, fuck that. I don't want to do that. Listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 2 classic uniforms from decade-defining movies. We're going to take the most well-known appearance of Captain America ever. Okay? Captain America Endgame. We're going to take the most widely recognizable uniform and look for Iron Man, and we're going to give something new to we're going to overwrite this one. What? Why did you guys rework these uniforms in July if you're going to do this now and you're going to erase these uniforms? Because listen, I know what you're saying, Cynicalex. You're not erasing the uniforms. You don't have to buy the new uniforms for Captain America and Iron Man. Yeah, but what if they're better? That's the problem with uniforms in Marvel Future Fight. Because these uniforms don't transfer over, you lose that look. So let's say Infinity War was better. It's not, but let's say that it is. Or you know what? Let's say that I liked Infinity War better because I love that scene where Cap and Black Panther are running side by side. I guess I could use this uniform if I was an idiot. This uniform is hands down worse than his Endgame uniform. It's hands down worse. Everything is the same except the 4th skill. The 4th skill is like 1,000 times worse than his new 4th skill. So yeah, do you want to do stage 99 of Proxima Midnight with this uniform, or do you want to do stage 60 with this uniform? That's basically what you're saying. Do I want to relive and be able to enjoy Tony doing the snap over and over again, the most iconic movie after a buildup of more than 10 years worth of MCU films? Or do I want some fucking Doctor Doom Immortal Iron Man knockoff? Like, who thought this was a good idea? If this is actually what's coming to pass, I honestly have no clue what they're smoking, but I want some. I really do. It's legal in Canada. Please hit me up. I would love to have some of what you're having, because you're obviously really, really out of touch with the player base. To imagine a world where people want to replace Iron Man's Endgame uniform is a big mistake. So yeah, had to get that off my chest. Once I read the comments on Reddit, it just kind of worried me. It kind of put me into sort of like a mini panic. So I kind of just had to get that off my chest. So thank you guys for letting me get that off my chest. Thank you for being my therapist in a way. And yeah, let me know if you guys are worried about that, because I'm honestly a little bit scared. And honestly, I kind of want to bang my head against my table in frustration if that's really the case. Because, RG was really confident about it. And damn, like, if he's right, like, Marvel Future Fight devs, what are you guys doing? Like, what's next? Another uniform for Apocalypse? I mean, the last one sold really well. I guess we should just keep... Guys, can we get 4 Apocalypse uniforms in 2020? Can you guys give me like a winter Apocalypse uniform? Where just put some like snow effects on his shoulders and give him like one skill that has like snow or something. And then give me like a summertime Apocalypse. Like get him all like, ready for the summer. Give him a drink in one hand. Give him some nice, green or sort of yellow shorts to sort of color block with all the blue and gray going on. And then give me like sort of like a Halloween spooky apocalypse, you know, maybe like put a pumpkin on his head for Halloween. And then give me that holiday apocalypse. Yes. Paint those tubes on his back red and green. Maybe they can exchange the lights like a Christmas tree. Oh, beautiful, guys. Can we get 4 apocalypse uniforms for this year? Awesome, guys. Yes. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Let Marvel Future Fight know what you think as well. Thank you for watching this video. Welcome to 2020, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.